Hey guys, what's going on? I am Sal Baldovinos. If you've never watched a live video before with me, I like to talk about life. I like to talk about finances. I like to talk about stuff. I'm a web designer. I live in Southeast Texas. If we're friends and we know each other in person, thanks for joining me on this Facebook Live. I had a message that I wanted to share with you guys, something that was on my heart this weekend as I was reading our Torah portion. If you're not familiar with what that means, essentially reading through the Bible and we're staying in sync with the Torah portions for each week. Each week is a new Torah portion. This week was Numbers 13, where we talk about the 12 spies. So instead of going into the long, drawn-out sermon that could be manifested from learning about the 12 spies, I'm just going to hit a couple bullet points and try to get this under a certain time. What I want to talk to you guys about is how to change your life in 2019. This is not intended to be a motivational, pick me up type of video. I really just want to share and catalog and essentially put this out into the universe as an accountability tool so that I can go back and watch this and say, you're not doing that thing you said you were talking about. You're not doing that thing. Go do that thing. And then if this becomes a teaching tool for you, if this becomes a motivational tool for you, awesome. Thanks. Awesome. Yeah. I got motivated somehow, so hopefully I can motivate somebody. So the 12 spies, the promised land, and how to change your mindset. So what we're talking about today is the story of the 12 spies. If you don't know it, 30,000 foot view of it, 12 spies were sent out to the land of Canaan. 10 of them came back, gave a false report, and said, we are going to get massacred. There are giants in the land. God promised us this awesome place to live, but he didn't tell us about these giants. We should just go back to Egypt. Now, the easy thing to do is go back to Egypt. Why? Because they just plundered Egypt. They took all of their riches. They just did a census and have an astronomical amount of men over the age of 20 who can go to fight and conquer the land. Now, in that, they could have just gone into the land and conquered as God told them to do. But these 10 spies said, no, we are going to get massacred. There are giants who look like grasshoppers. Absolutely, we should just find a new leader and go back to Egypt. 2 of them, Joshua and Caleb, said, no, we can do this. We can go into the land. We can take possession of it. It is our inheritance. It is the promised land. It is what God has given to us. Let's not waste another minute. Let's go. And over the last few months, we have been changing our lives, changing our mindset, changing our finances, changing how we see things, so that we are not a part of the 98%. Now, there's a great message in the 12 spies because there was 10 of them who spoke out against what God told them to go do. And then there was 2 of them who said, let's go do it. And so there's a message in that that's very, very similar, very on track with the 98% versus 2% mindset. So if you're not familiar, a lot of this information that I'm going to be sharing with you, very high level, comes from Dani Johnson, who is a professional coach. She is a financial coach, a business coach, a life coach, and her husband, Hans Johnson. So I'll put a link down below in the comments as this gets replayed so that you guys can see what we're talking about. You may have heard me talk about it. I've posted it a few times. First Steps to Success, Creating a Dynasty, and True Wealth Formula are what they provide as an investment for yourself to learn how to grow your business, grow your finances, and grow your relationships. So if that's something that you're interested in, please don't take my word for it. Just go check it out. Go ask around. I have lots of friends who have made that investment in themselves and have seen changes. I have seen dramatic changes in our relationships and in my business and in my personal finances by doing this, by taking the first steps to success, which is investing in yourself. So there's a message there with the 10 spies and the 2 that said that we can do this. So there's the 98% and the 2%. Of the population will be dead or dead broke by the age of 65. I'll say that one more time. 98% of the population will be dead or dead broke by age 65. 2% of the population lives their life much differently. They view money much differently than the 98%. The 98% live in a lottery mentality, or they live in a get rich quick mentality. And the 98% do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result. Friends, that is the definition. If you've never heard it before, it is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So stop looking to get rich quick. Proverbs 28:22 says, greedy people, this is the NLT, New Living Translation. That is the NLT simplified version, if you will. Proverbs 28:22 says, greedy people try to get rich quick, but don't realize they're headed for poverty. Stew on that for a little bit. What do you do when you go buy a lottery ticket? You pay into something with the hopes of getting rich quick overnight, getting rich quick. So you're spending and spending and spending and spending, hoping that one day you're going to just hit the jackpot. And you very well may do that, which then gets into another mindset that a lot of us have is, when I make more money, then I can invest. When I make more money, then I can give more. When I make more money, life would be so much better. I can pay off my debts. What I want to do is I want to take you on the journey that we are on. This is kind of a starting point. Even though I went very early on in the year, I went in February, then I went again in May to creating a dynasty. This is kind of a starting off point for where I would like to be held accountable to my community, to Steps to Success community, to the DJC, the Dani Johnson community, that I can continue to share where we are in this journey. That is financial freedom, that is debt free, that is just setting up a legacy for our family. So there are a ton of people online. There are countless gurus that will say, here's the 7 steps you need to take to be financially free in 2019. Take a look at my portfolio. I made $1,200 this month on dividends. I made $5,000, da, 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 da. The problem that I see with that is they're showing you what they've already done, right? They're already taking you, they're showing you the results, which is great. Results are what drives people to then act, right? I want to see somebody else do it first. And then if it works, then I'll try it. So what I want to do is I want to take you on the journey of me actually going through those steps, instead of saying, look, I made $1,200 in my Robinhood account because I have $13,000 invested in all of these stocks. The truth of the matter is, and I'll pull it up right now, and I'll leave a link in the comments below if you're interested. I have a Robinhood account where I have invested a whopping $118. Well, it's actually $100, and I've made dividends on what I've invested. So I want to show you that it doesn't take $13,000, $50,000, $200,000 worth of investments to get started on this. Start with $10. Change your mindset, change your mentality. Get out of the rut of thinking that you're not going to get out of debt, that you're not going to succeed, that you're not going to do the things that you need to do. It takes $10 today. It takes $10 tomorrow. It takes $100 when you get those dividends in. All it takes is that action to get started, right? So the people on YouTube, the people on these different platforms that are sharing their successes are sharing the after, right? They're sharing what they did 6 months ago, 6 years ago to get to where they are now. I want to take you on a journey of actually going through those steps and sharing those results as they happen versus, hey, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I planted a seed and now I have an orchard. I want to take you through the journey, and I want you to join me on that journey because I'm excited to see the possibilities of what's happening. So a couple months ago, I invested a relatively large amount of money into our future. It's $1,000. I'll be 100% transparent. We invested $1,000 into our legacy. It's a lot of money for some people. It's a lot of money for me. It's a lot of money for a lot of people. It's money that I felt comfortable well, not really. If I'm going to be honest, I felt comfortable losing, right? That's what investing is. You take that risk, but the biggest rewards come from the biggest risks. Remember that. So we took $1,000, we put it into TD Ameritrade, into a couple of different stock options, and we're going to let it sit there. We're going to let the dividends pay themselves or reinvest themselves into the stocks that we buy. That is our process. And I will show you through the course of this journey what that's doing, because it's easy to say in 30 years I could have $1 million if I kept doing these things, or looking at somebody who has $1 million and saying all I did was invest $1,000 30 years ago. Let's go through this journey together. If that's something that you're interested in, just leave a comment, ask me a question, shoot me a personal message, whatever you want to do that you feel comfortable to follow this journey. I don't know what this is going to become as far as me doing these live videos or putting them on YouTube. I just want to show you that it doesn't take $100,000 of investing today to get to where you want to go. Now, obviously, that accelerates the process, that gets you to the finish line a lot faster. But like I just showed you on my Robinhood account, and if you're interested in doing this with me, I'll put a link to our Robinhood investing portfolio. There's nothing in there, right? There's $100 in there, which started from $10, $20, another $50, another $60 or whatever it was that we started investing. Take $10 right now, set up your Robinhood account and buy one. Let's see. You can buy one share of Ford come Monday. And if you're interested, there's absolutely countless videos on YouTube on how to use Robinhood. I'm not about that. You can go figure that out, or reach out to me personally and I will help you with that. But I'll leave a link to mine where you get a free stock, I get a free stock. Awesome. Everybody gets a free stock. Nice. So use that link. You can sign up and start with $10 and just look for Ford. It's ticker F. And just buy it $10. It's the cheapest one that I have in my portfolio, $10 right now. Start with something, right? So full transparency, my main source of debt, our family's main source of debt right now is our home, which depending on who you talk to, a home is actually an investment, not necessarily a debt. Obviously you get into debt for that investment, but it just depends on who you talk to. So we have our home, our student loans, and medical bills. We have one credit card that we paid off, and whether or not you are looking to build your credit, that's a whole different situation. I think Dave Ramsey is absolutely against credit at all. He essentially wants you to become a ghost. That's fine, all well and good. However you do credit, that's on you, as long as you do it responsibly. One of the things that has gotten me motivated about this is the whole, why didn't I start this sooner? There's a saying that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Well, 20 years ago, I would have been 16. So why didn't I do it back then? Why didn't I do it when I was 26? Why didn't I do it 5 years ago? It's very easy to get into that psychological trap of, I didn't do it, so what's the point? 30 years from now, life will look absolutely different. 30 years ago, when I was born up to now, I didn't get here overnight. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing that's worth anything happens overnight. So I want to encourage you guys, if you want to change your life in 2019, just take the one risk of $10 and open up a Robinhood account, and let's have this conversation. Let's have this journey. Let's have this conversation about what we need to do together as a team, as a community, to get ourselves out of debt. If you're out of debt, awesome. Start investing now. If you're investing now, invest some more. But nothing changes until you change, right? Everything around you is not going to change unless you change. So the whole, if I had more money, or Sal, I don't even have $10 to do that. I guarantee you have $10. I guarantee you, right? You probably went to Starbucks sometime this week, or you probably have a Netflix subscription. You have $10. So get your mindset at a point where you can take your finances a little bit more seriously, start using money as a tool, start using money as a way to change your life, right? So stop listening to the 10 spies, the family members that say this is absolutely a waste of time, a waste of money. Stop, here, I've got the thing that will help you get rich quick, whether it's an MLM, whether it's whatever, right? Just Stop listening to the 10 spies and start listening to the 2. Start listening to the 2%, the mentors, the folks who have done this, the people who are doing this and getting themselves in a better situation. And it starts today. It starts with $10. It starts with $1. Find a stock that's worth $1, or sign up and you get a free stock. Start there. And then we can have this conversation as we continue to grow our portfolios together, our investments together, and what that looks like later on. Who knows? Real estate investing more into the S&P 500, whatever. This is all a journey that's going to take research, that's going to take time, that's going to take collaboration. That is something that I want to help you and myself stay accountable to. So I have a lot of friends who are in Chicago this weekend doing First Steps to Success. I hope to be at the next First Steps to Success. We'll see how it works out. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. We're still implementing the things that we need to do. And then there's creating a dynasty. If you're interested in that, go to DaniJohnson.com or Google First Steps to Success, Dani Johnson, DANI, and look at the results, look at the testimonials, look at my testimonial of, for the first time in a long, long time, if not ever, we have savings or wealth building. We have a system of wealth building, not that we have wealth. We are paying off debts at an accelerated speed. We are giving more than we've ever given before. And we are doing this because we made a change in our mindset. We stopped listening. We stopped doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Proverbs 22, the greedy look to get rich quick, but they don't realize that they're headed towards poverty. So I want to encourage you, if you want to stop that feedback loop of I'm never going to get out of debt, I'm never going to amount to anything in my life, I'm just going to be trapped in this space, just make the simple commitment of clicking on the link that I'll put down below. If you want to start a Robinhood portfolio, again, we're talking about $5, $10, whatever you have right now. Put off Starbucks and let's go on this journey together. I'm going to put the link down below. If you're interested in it, you get a stock, I get a stock. What would he do? I really don't care about that part. What I care about is seeing other people join me on this journey, because it's a very lonely journey. I'm going to be 100%. It is a very lonely journey being in this 2% mindset, because your friends are out there going to nice parties. Your friends are going out on the weekends and you're home saving money for the future. It's a lonely road, but I guarantee you, I think it's Dave Ramsey that says this: if you live like no one else, you will live like no one else. So I've made the decision. How to change my life in 2019 was to change my mindset, to change the voice in my head that kept saying, you're just going to be in debt forever, right? There were 10 spies in my brain saying there are giants. There are giant amount of debt. There's a giant payment coming. There's a giant mortgage. There's giants. There's giants. There's giants. I will never reach the promised land. I guarantee you, if you listen to Joshua, if you listen to Caleb in your brain, if you listen to the mentors who are available to you, who are available to me, your life will look absolutely different in a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, and then into the future. So I want to encourage you, please change your mindset for 2019. We're already 6 months into it. So start today, take $10, invest in something, invest in yourself first and foremost. And if you're interested in that, just hit me up, send me a personal message. I will leave some links in the description below. I really hope that you got something out of this. I want to chronicle this as best as I can. I don't know how it's going to look, if I'm going to do these weekly, monthly. I don't know. But I just wanted to put this out there and just kind of put it out there as quickly as I can, because it's been on my mind. So if you're interested in that, just join me on this journey. I look forward to those of you who will reach out and want to take this leap of faith, take this leap into what's coming up ahead. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments.